Welcome back. We're talking about the psychology of what makes videos go viral. Jonna, a lot of money can be associated with videos that go viral. Are companies spending research and development time to sort of narrow in on a formula or a science to help cause their videos to go viral?
A lot of companies are very what makes things viral. The problem often is after a hit, they say one thing was a hit, so what does the fox say? Big hit. Well, let's do the same thing over again, and often it doesn't work when they're doing the same thing again. As I talk about in Contagious, though, there's a science behind it, some rules that companies can follow to go after valuable virality. Because again, the key is not just to make something viral. It's great if something gets 10 million views, but does it help the brand at the end of the day?
Jonna, you know, everybody's sitting out there listening, oh my gosh, she has the keys to make things go viral. What are some of the key factors?
So, as we talked about already, social currency, how it makes someone look,
right.
Emotion. There's 4 other things in what I call the STEPS framework. T or triggers. Is it triggered by the environment? So, you know, we all think of the Oreos tweet earlier in the year during the Super Bowl. The lights are off. Everyone's thinking about that. Oreos comes in and plugs into that existing conversation. Also, practical value or useful information. Does it help people? Does it make them better off than they would be otherwise? And then public and stories. Again, wrapping these things in a story or narrative really helps them catch on. And so those 6 key things, or steps as I call them in Contagious, is what we found through research drives success.
Henry, what about the element of surprise? Because I know when I'm watching a video and then all of a sudden, you know, twerking girl falls over and starts on fire, to me, it was hilarious. Is the element of surprise a factor in some of these videos?
I think absolutely. Creating a surprise in a video helps, makes it more novel and exciting, but also when you're sharing that surprise, I think part of you're excited to share it with people, so they're going to get the same emotional response you got when you were surprised by the girl falling and lighting on fire. And then with, you know, respect to Jimmy Kimmel's twerking girl, the surprise of the fact that he was actually behind the whole thing and it was this large orchestrated experiment that he played, that got shared as well because we all got duped and we were all surprised.
And you got to surprise
your friends with the
I should be clear, it's not funny when people catch on fire. It was just funny in this particular
and let it be known, Lisa replayed that video many times and laughed.
Our whole staff was laughing out loud at that.
No comment. Yeah. But yes, we're talking about storytelling and we're talking about surprise, and I want to show America this video of Jean-Claude Van Damme and
so
Volvo.
Good. Love that.
A pair of legs engineered to defy the laws of physics, and a mindset to master the most epic of space.
Elizabeth, we've seen Volvo, we've seen Google use their corporate brand and viral videos to promote both their brand name and even a good story. Talk to us how some corporate brands have failed and what is the formula to do it well?
Well, I think when they co-opt it, you know, and they try and just make, okay, we'll make, if you want something to go viral, it's not going to go viral, basically. Like, if there's no secret sauce, and you have to kind of not just use these concepts just to get your name out there. You need to make that your story sticky. And by sticky, I mean it's something that stays with the viewer and something that really brings something positive to your brand. So I think if we think about, for example, the Pantene Pro V commercial, which went viral this week, which was a great commercial. They, you know, really told a story about double standards in the workplace, about sexism in the workplace, which is something that a lot of women who need hair products are concerned about. But then what happened once it went viral is that a lot of people started poking holes and saying, why is it only white women that are being used for an ad that, you know, ran in the Philippines? People wonder, Pantene is owned by Unilever. Unilever also creates products for skin lightening. So there's all these questions, and I think they went viral, so that worked, but I don't know if it had a positive impact on the brand.
Jonna, what about that? Is all publicity good publicity when it comes to even pushback on these viral videos for companies?
I think if you're an unknown person, like Ilvis was at the beginning of the year, even negative can be a good thing because it draws attention to you and the things that you're offering. If you're a big brand like Pantene, it's not clear that negative is good. People already know who you are. Not going to raise awareness about the brand. And so in that case, it can actually hurt because it lowers your evaluation or your perspective on it.
Henry, do companies need to have success in the viral video world to stay relevant?
I mean, I think they're going to have to. Right now, you can still, you know, spend most of your budget on traditional advertising mediums and sort of an experiment, but as more and more content moves online, you're gonna have to figure out a way to create something that's authentic, that people actually want to engage with, that's not just a repurposed commercial that's longer and then posted to your YouTube channel, because no one wants to go just watch that or especially share that with their friends.
Well, it's the time of the season where everyone's doing the top 10 lists, top 10 viral videos, but what about those that don't make the list, that should have been viral, but didn't get there? And Elizabeth, I know you have one that you want to share.
Yeah, I mean, during the Syria crisis, which is still ongoing, obviously, there was a lot of discussion about the topic, and I wanted to talk about this and have this conversation online. And what I noticed is when there were videos that came out of Syria, for example, there was the video of this kind of attack, right, that happened in this nuclear bomb or whatever it was. I don't think they determined exactly what it was, but there was an explosion. There were people that were hurt, and there were children that were hurt, and I wanted to share this video, and I noticed that people were clicking on it, but people weren't sharing it. And there was something about that video that, first, it was low arousing emotion. So coming back to what Jonah was talking about, low arousing emotion is feeling sad and feeling heartbroken, as opposed to feeling outraged and angry and wanting to do something about it. A lot of people felt helpless, and that video really tapped into that low arousing emotion. And moreover, there wasn't a clear villain in this. There was a clear villain. There wasn't a clear hero. A lot of people were torn. People were wondering, is Obama, should Obama intervene? Should he not intervene? So people, when they were sharing the video, people, their friends basically could be interpreting them sharing the video in a lot of different ways. So there was some ambiguity there that really didn't make that as viral as I would have hoped it was.
Jonah, kind of sum this up for us. Why does all of this matter?
I think whether you're a for-profit company or a non-profit organization, everyone's trying to get attention and eyeballs and ears to their message. As the other folks have pointed out, traditional advertising doesn't work anymore. People don't listen to it. They don't believe it. Word of mouth is a much more effective way to reach people and to persuade them. But the key is figuring out how to do that effectively. And as I think the other panelists mentioned, moving beyond just the number of views, because now people can buy views. You can go out there and you can seed content and get a lot of views, even though you're not getting many people to share it. And so the key for brands is to really figure out how to get everyone to share content, whether it's 1 million or just 100,000 views that you're getting for it, again and again repeatedly, so you help your message spread and you make your ideas contagious.
Well, thanks to all of our guests today, Elizabeth Plank, Jonah Berger, Henry